Lego, Lego. Damn it, Donnie, you gotta relax, my bro.
Why you always run your mouth?
Hey,
Trying to kick me out my house. Why you always scream and shout? Answer this. Why you trying to always debate? Why your fingers in my face? Answer this. Why you trying to always fight? Always thinking you're right. Doing things
Hey, the
out
Move
of
Brothers be
spite.
smacking, boy. Not even gonna hold you.
I don't really know
this is
what happened.
funny.
Got a passion, babe. Do you really want me to stay? Answer this.
Sorry, I'm letting this one rock just a little bit, just a little bit.
Answer this.
Yo.
This touching my jaded soul.
Yeah, listen, man. They good. Did you know this nigga had a brother, bro?
Answer
Fam, I'm no tiny foul. No.
Thank you. That's exactly what I said. This nigga's like, yeah, man, me and my brother got this joint. It's like, fam, what? You have a brother?
It's like finding out D had a sister.
Wait,
Yeah.
Mob?
Yes. Fam, I found this out like 3 years ago.
What's up with y'all, man? I thought we was tight. What the fuck is going on?
I argued with him for 30 minutes like, bro, I did not know. He's like, bro, I told you. Said, no, nigga, you did not.
At all,
I've known
man.
you for damn near 20 years. Why am I just now hearing about
Yeah,
this?
thinking you an only ass child, man. That shit wild as hell, bro.
Oh, he's got a brother. I know his brother.
Yeah, I
But
know
I'm
your
like, all right,
brother.
fam,
Brother's
you-
cool as shit, man.
He's like, yeah, my sister lives on the East Coast. What?
That shit is wild, man. Sometimes people be in family, they just get out of that shit and just disappear, bro. Just keeping a buck with you. Yo, my bad. Welcome to the Gentleman's Club Podcast, episode 74.
74.
74. I like that. It sounds good. I am your boy Cardell, aka PDA like Poppy. Over there in the back.
Hey, guys. It's me again, Zach, Podcast Poppy. Thank you, as always, for tuning in to another episode of the Gentleman's Club Podcast. Again, like you said, episode 74. We'd appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell down below to get notified every time we upload a new video, which, for those of you that do not know, it is every Tuesday and Friday.
Fridays.
As long as my internet isn't active.
Fair enough.
Or whatever other excuse I come up with.
Word. How you doing, man? You great? Great.
Top of the morning.
Top of the morning.
That's a copyright claim.
Yeah, shit, man.
Look, man.
We can't get into anything without it being an issue.
The algorithms have not been kind to this podcast as of late.
Right.
For those of you, just kind of some behind the scenes thing. Every time I upload this episode for like the last 4 or 5 episodes, I've been hit with a copyright claim. We have been very careful as far as playing.
The playing music shit was always something that I wanted to do 1,000%.
Yeah, until I told you had to cut that shit out because I was losing those copyright claims.
Yeah, episodes were being taken down. It was an issue.
Yeah, like whole episodes were taken down. I don't know if you guys have gone back. I've re-uploaded whatever I could, but
But guess what you can't do? You can't copyright my shit.
exactly.
Give me a bomb, nigga. A bomb. I need a bomb. Thank you.
So that is why the music choices have shifted to local artists that we know and we've had the conversation with. Is like, yo, you better not hit me with a copyright claim because, like,
I own this.
nigga, I know where you live.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
So, yeah.
Okay.
And that's also why the we've stopped playing clips of other creators on this podcast, things of that nature.
fucking whack.
It's just not. It's
Trying to limit the creators, man. It's that bullshit.
this channel is too small for YouTube to give a damn about fair use. So
Yeah, that's the wild part. That's the shit that blew me. I thought we would be able to get it off, build it up. It's like, nah, they be playing the jams and they always got good clips. And it's like, I wasn't expecting that to happen, to be honest with you. I thought we'd be able to skate for a little bit. Mm-hmm. It's that bullshit, man. Hey, I can't lie to you. This is kind of left. We didn't talk about this prior. I think I'm somewhat still on violence, right? Ooh. Have you ever had a dick Yelp get back to you?
No, thankfully.
Oh damn, you don't trust your skills, man? I thought you had it, bro.
No. I don't. I'm at the point I don't want reviews.
No,
out there.
I got you, and I
Reviews have gotten me in trouble for the reasons that you
That you don't want? Yeah. Okay, I got you. Nah, this is somewhat personal, but I had one get back to me. This is from a long time ago, which is what took me off. Like I was like, wait, what? But it's from a long time ago. And one person said to another person that I had relations with, was trying to say that it was trash. It was terrible.
Come here.
Yeah. but to a person who had a more updated experience, and she was gonna let Shorty rock out, but she was like, "Fam, you bugging." She was like, I was trying to let her keep that to myself because nobody ever wants, like, nah, I did that too. Like nobody ever wants to say that. She was trying to keep it light until she just kept going. Basically, Shorty didn't like me personally, and she was like, nah, she was really hating on you on the low, and I really couldn't let that rock. And I just didn't know that was still happening in 2021, going into 2022. You know what I'm saying?
That you thought that stopped?
I had hoped that it did.
It didn't. I'm married and I know it didn't. I stay far away from these single escapades for that reason.
That shit is wild as hell, especially like, I want to go more personal. You tapped out.
I did.
Not talking about you specifically.
Oh.
On my situation.
Tapped out.
How you tap out and then say it was bad. My bad, man. I came to get some shit off today. But as I started to think about it, maybe I was bad, and she just wanted to say, "No, I can't take it anymore." I could have been that trash. I could have been that trash. Luckily,
I'm tired of this nigga.
Yeah, for real. It could have been that, but I mean, the game is the game, man. Apologize. I had to get some personal shit off real quick. I'm not still that toxic, I promise. But I'm not trash out here. That's
most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time. Now we're gonna address some shit soon, man. We're gonna have more fun with these episodes as we get into it.
Say when.
I got you. It's gonna be a blast. We already got the next episode ready.
So you guys know we actually have some stuff in the pipeline coming up really soon. There's actually a conversation I meant to have with you before we started recording that we will bring up. So there are some things coming up before the year is over.
Yes.
We're excited about, aren't we?
Of course, 1,000%.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be real good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Shit, we might have to turn the table sideways, right?
Yeah.
or maybe get some new furniture in here. You never know.
That requires money.
I got like $1 on it, bro. I think I got $1 on it.
I ain't even got that.
But yeah, there's definitely going to be some interesting things coming up. And we got how far are we out? How far are we out from episode 100? Guesstimate, like time wise.
This is episode
74.
74. We will be at episode 100 in 13 weeks.
Okay.
January, actually probably about February.
Really?
By February we should hit episode 100 as long as we don't take a season break.
Right. Just in time for Valentine's Day.
Oh, got a special one lined up for you, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm getting my shit off on that one.
But we actually do have topics to talk about today. So
I'm so glad you came with a different list because I was sick as shit in my list.
It's fine.
I'm tired of the Smiths. I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you. I'm tired of y'all already. And Will Smith, I love you, bro. I just pitched your movie Focus to a bunch of people. It turned out great, man. But I'm tired of y'all. For real.
So there is, and again, this is, we're going to talk about sports, but not in the way that we have in the past. We're going to talk about sports and how it relates to mental health. So there's two particular individuals I want to focus on.
All right, go ahead.
One being Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons, for those who don't know, is the, is, however you want to put it. At the time of this recording, he's technically the star point guard for the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, I would say starting point guard, but he hasn't played all season.
Okay.
Ben Simmons, for those that do not know, is incredibly physically talented. He is 6'9", I believe. He runs the floor like Magic Johnson does. He sees the floor like Magic Johnson does. He can pass. He can defend. He can rebound. He can do all those things.
Okay.
But the one thing Ben Simmons cannot do is shoot.
Damn.
Now, in the playoffs last year, Ben Simmons was so afraid that he would have a wide open layup and would still pass the ball.
Really?
And to the team's detriment, they lost. They got knocked out of the playoffs, and the entire basketball world blamed Ben Simmons' lack of aggression on it. And rather unfortunately, his head coach and his co-superstar, Joel Embiid, kind of doubled down with everyone else and said, yeah, he ain't it.
Okay.
So the offseason comes. Ben Simmons is very upset, says he does not want to be on the team anymore and wants to be traded. And also at the same time, the team decides to do a smear campaign and all this information as far as
I saw something like that.
His work ethic comes out. He doesn't practice hard, things of that nature. He's not really trying to get better. All that comes out during the offseason. So the 76ers have a ridiculously high price for Ben Simmons that they're asking for in return from any team that wants him.
Okay.
And they're not getting it. So training camp came. Ben Simmons is still a member of the 76ers. He has told them, he hasn't told them shit. He just didn't show up.
Okay.
He didn't show up. The 76ers decided that they were going to fine him. He was due a paycheck, but instead of giving him the paycheck, they put the money that they owed him in an escrow account, and they fined him and just pulled the money right out of the escrow account every day that he didn't show up for work. So he didn't get his money, and his money is losing money every day that he doesn't show up for work. He eventually shows up, participates the absolute minimum that he can.
Okay.
The team suspends him for conduct detrimental to the team. He is still, I think we're probably 10, 11 games into the NBA season, depending on the team.
Okay.
And he has still not played a dribble.
Really?
Of any regular season or preseason basketball. Ben Simmons has stated that he is stepped away from the team due to mental health issues, and that the 76ers are damaging his mental health by trying to force him to play.
Okay.
This is a really touchy subject from a mental health standpoint.
Right.
But I would like to know your thoughts on it as it pertains to mental health in the professional sports world.
Okay. Give me a second, because we're talking about this in real time.
Sure.
I don't think there's enough grace when it comes to that.
Okay.
I realize that the difference between losers and winners are those who forge on. Mm-hmm. They continue to press forward. They continue to make it happen despite anything else that's going on around them. But at what cost?
Yeah.
That's kind of like the thing that is always in the back of my mind when it comes to these situations. At what cost? Because at the end of the day, when they're playing, when you're playing at that level, yes, you're doing it for you. I worked my whole life to get here. Mm-hmm. I want to prove that I am worthy of being here. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, that turns into performing for an association,
sure,
a city, fans, and people. I hate watching the whole celebrity thing where you're seeing people who could never come close to doing a fraction of what you do in the arena that you do it in, but y'all got so much shit to say about how these guys perform, what they do outside. He's not giving it his all. He's not doing his best. Fam, you couldn't do a fraction of what I can do on this court, on this field, in this arena, no matter what. But you have so much shit to say.
Yeah.
That's my biggest issue.
Okay.
As far as the whole mental health thing, I understand that when it's time to roll and people are there, hey, we're here, and you're not ready. If you got to the point that you are you worth the patience and time to get your head right? Mm-hmm. That's kind of my issue. Like, you're only as valuable as you perform, as you contribute. Yeah. But not everybody is a machine. Obviously, those people they're considered greats, but we don't even know about what they went through to get there, right, what it cost them, what it took away from them. All of that stuff is kind of important.
Absolutely.
And as we're in this whole, like, entertainment, cater to the fans, do for me, we want to see you do this for the team, for everybody else. How is that individual actually feeling? Mm-hmm. Those people could be ready to fucking die inside, and we don't care about that because you're here now.
Yeah.
It's tough.
I would say the easy answer, not necessarily the right answer, but the easy answer is...
Are you saying my shit was all long and drawn out for no reason?
No. I'm not saying that at all. It was a really good answer. The easy answer is you get paid millions of dollars, do what they're asking you to do. That's the easy answer.
It is.
But...
from the comfort of your couch with a beer in your hand.
At the end of the day, these are all individuals, and when you start comparing struggles and say, well, if I had that, no.
I hate that shit.
The truth of the matter is that I can't quantify the mental health issues that Ben Simmons is going through. If he says he's having mental health issues, I have to take him at face value.
Right.
That being said, has he handled this situation the best? Probably not.
Right.
But given everything that's transpired, your head coach has said you're not a starting point guard for a championship team.
Right.
Your teammate, co-superstar, basically said, he ain't it.
Yeah.
I could understand deciding to say, you know what, y'all didn't handle that shit right. I'm not going to handle this shit right.
And that's what I was about to say. When you're going through whatever mental health issues, if you're just having a tough time in general, you're not going to be reflecting your best self. That's how you recognize that there's an issue. It's like, bro, what's up with you? Like, you're not reflecting your best self. Obviously, there's something deeper and internal going on, and so you're not going to.
Yeah.
And personally, I hate that. We always demonize, criticize, and want to cut off anybody who's not living up to whatever standard that they normally do. Fam, that's the time that they need more love. That's the time that they need more embrace. That's the time that they need more attention and time to get right. What people go through feeling that pressure of when they're not performing can sometimes be more damaging than if they actually took the time off to get themselves right. But I have these obligations, so now I need to neglect the things that I need in order to live up to whatever standard that I may have put myself in or that I chose to step in. Mm-hmm. And that shit doesn't work out, because at the end of the day, if you see your car engine light come on, a lot of you women do.
No, they don't see it. That's the crazy part.
No, they put pictures over it. But when that engine light comes on and you don't pay attention to it, and maybe let's say you don't have the money at the time, right? That's a common thing that happens to people. I don't have the money right now, so you keep pushing it off and keep pushing it off and keep pushing it off. You make the problem worse at the end of the day. And guess what? Now what was $1,000 problem is now
a new car.
A new car, exactly. And I feel like people treat their minds and their health and their mental health like that very, very often.
For sure.
And I can only imagine what it's like at that level. Yeah, the money makes life easier and more comfortable, but guess what? As you get higher up there, the problems come as well. The problems are heavier and they require more to deal with.
The money makes it easier to push stuff off for a little bit longer because it's like, I'm getting paid, it doesn't matter. I'm getting paid, it doesn't matter.
But that crash is ugly.
It's really bad.
Yeah. To go that high and to crash, like it takes even, it's rough, man. That stuff really bothers me. I see it a lot. I'm not a sports guy, but I get a chance to see what people say and talk about these people that have achieved the impossible. Number one, we don't even, of course you congratulate them, but because this standard is it, like, this is the game. This is what it is. Either you want it or you don't. Mm-hmm. It's like, fam, at the cost of what?
That's really what it comes down to. Yeah, at the cost of what? I am a sports fanatic, and I pay attention very closely. There are things that I could say about Ben Simmons not developing a jump shot, because that is at the heart of
the issue.
This issue, as far as from the team standpoint.
Okay.
And I really can't speak for why that is. I mean, there is some kind of mental blockade, because for those that do pay attention to sports, every offseason we see clips of Ben Simmons, because he puts them out, of him in the gym hitting threes, banging them out.
Really?
Yes. And then the regular season comes and he won't even attempt them. So there's some kind of mental blockade going on there. So the mental health issue, I think is very much so real.
Okay.
And I think it's deeper than even people are recognizing and understanding. But at the same standpoint, I'd have to ask, what has he done up until this point to fix that on his behalf? Because he is still responsible for that.
That's another point I wanted to bring up. Yes, people can criticize, and I always hate that, right? When you're trying to tell somebody how they should handle a problem that you're not actually going through. But at the end of the day, sometimes a lot of people, they hide behind that. The victim mentality.
I have an issue. Okay, what are you doing to fix it? Well, I have an issue.
Exactly. The victim mentality.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they do get stuck behind that. They choose to live there. I used to be one of those people, 1,000%. Okay. It's like, shit's tough. It's hard. I don't know how to get out of it. Eventually, you have to shut the fuck up about talking about it.
Sure.
And actually try to do something about it. And if you're actively trying to do something about it, then that's great. But are you? And are you getting all of the resources necessary in order to do that? Sometimes people don't have the knowledge, but if we're gonna bring it to that level, if he's saying like, man, this jump shot is something that I'm worried about, to be honest with you, with those resources, I'm 1,000% sure that you can find somebody to help you work on
figure it out. Yeah,
for sure.
Which he's taken that step, but there's another step missing, and I'm not sure why it's being missed.
Like it's not connecting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like you see, there's a bunch of videos of him off season working on his jump shot,
right, and
showing levels of improvement to the point where people have been like, "Oh, Ben Simmons is about to take off next year,"
right,
and then he doesn't take the shots,
right, and it could be an internal thing, man.
And that's what I'm talking about. It's like, all right, there is something else holding him back mentally.
Right.
And it's figuring all that out. So I'm not sure what that is. I do pray for a positive resolution for everybody involved. I do not think that the relationship between Ben Simmons and the Philadelphia 76ers is at all salvageable. Both sides have done as much as possible to make life as hard as possible for the other side.
Okay.
And because of that, I just don't think that you can. I don't think that it's salvageable at all. I don't.
When you start being vulnerable or speaking about your personal things that are troubling you, when people criticize, make fun of, or belittle you, whatever word that you want to insert there, when they make you feel that way, that is like the ultimate break of trust.
For sure.
Like I'm sharing the most vulnerable thing about myself that is really difficult for me, and you choosing however you choose to approach it changes. If you handle that poorly, I'll never trust you again, because this is really close. It's close to the chest.
That is a great segue.
By all means.
To somebody that that in
Sorry,
Chicago,
I should have laughed.
In the Chicagoland is a bit of a legend. He's a bit of a legend.
I know, but I don't like the word. I don't like a bit of.
A bit of?
I don't like a bit of. And I'm not even a sports dude.
Being a little sarcastic, but
yes. I get you. I get you. Go for it.
He is highly recognized as, and this is probably where the problem comes in.
Okay.
He's highly recognized as the second most important player in Chicago Bulls franchise history.
I agree with you on that, 1,000%.
Scottie Pippen has been on a press run.
He's got a book out or something, right?
He has a book that is out. I believe it's out now. Scottie Pippen has been on a press run, and one of the biggest points of contention is the ESPN docuseries The Last Dance, where they highlighted basically not only Michael Jordan's entire Chicago Bulls career,
right,
but the final year of the Bulls dynasty.
Okay.
The 1997-1998 season.
Okay.
And Scottie Pippen did not like how he was portrayed in that documentary. So much so.
I'm with him on that, actually.
So much so that he has come out and said that
they didn't get paid.
Scottie didn't get paid.
Okay.
Nobody else said they didn't get paid.
I get what
Scottie said he didn't get paid.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
To touch on that, Scottie Pippen came out, and I did not like this.
Okay.
Scottie Pippen came out and said that Mike got paid $10 million and that he got paid nothing.
Do you believe that?
That Mike got paid $10 million and Scottie got nothing?
Yeah.
Yes. You want to know why I believe that?
Okay.
Because I watched the first episode of The Last Dance. And let me tell you something. Scottie Pippen is a horrible contract negotiator.
Oh, shit. Oh, all right. Okay. Oh, I can't argue that. I can't argue that.
So I believe that Scottie Pippen did do The Last Dance for $0. I do not believe that everybody else who did The Last Dance did that for $0.
Shit. Damn it. I was rolling. I was trying to rock with Scottie, but at the end of the day, you're right. And that was a big point in The Last Dance, and why he got portrayed to look so bad is because when they were talking about this contract, and I believe Mike said that, like, yo, you shouldn't do that. And he did it anyway out of his own personal reasons. Like, bro, I need this money.
It wasn't even Mike. It was the owner that said, Scottie, I think you're selling yourself short. If I were you, I wouldn't sign this contract. And I'm going to tell you this on top of it. If you sign this contract, I'm not renegotiating with you. That's what he said. That's literally what the owner said. He said, if you want to sign it, it's fine. I'm not coming back to this table until this contract is over.
Damn.
And he said, I need this money.
Okay, let me try to help Scottie out just a little bit, right?
Go for it.
Let's say.
Fault.
All right,
I'm half joking.
I got you. Let's say that you did make that poor decision, right?
Sure.
To do a documentary about it, and to see all of that being basically relived and put out to the public, I couldn't imagine how that would feel. My least favorite thing in the world to do is for people to highlight a mistake that I'm very well aware happened, but we're basically putting a microscope on it.
Sure.
And giving the rest of the world opportunity to talk about it. That could really fuck with your head.
We're giving it a 30-minute focus piece on an hour-long episode.
It looked bad, bro. I can't even hold you. It looked really bad, and I couldn't imagine how that shit would feel.
So, in this docuseries, if we're talking about The Last Dance, which personally I thought was phenomenal, I think was an incredible docuseries.
We watched that shit as a family.
Like I've probably watched it 10 times.
Oh shit! Okay, I got you.
Just being honest,
right?
This is what I will say about that. Yes, if I was him, I would be very upset that we are highlighting this shit.
Okay,
but, and this is the very critical part of it.
All right.
He was asked about these situations that happened in the 90s. And all Scottie did was double down.
That's when it becomes rough. I'm really trying to be there for him. And it's like, you're giving me a lot of circumstances. It's like, damn, I can't.
So, like, specifically, and I'm going to lose whoever is not a sports fan on this, if I haven't already. Specifically, there was a playoff game in the 93-94 season.
Okay.
I believe. Yeah, in the 93-94 season, where Phil Jackson, the head coach, draws up a play for Scottie Pippen to end up inbound the ball and for Tony Kukoc to take the shot.
I remember this.
Scottie decided that that was bullshit, that the play should have been called for him. So he full out decided, if the play's not going to be called for me, I'm not going in.
Okay.
Phil very much says, fuck him.
Yeah.
Not figuratively.
Right.
Literally.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Says, fuck him.
Right.
They run the play. Tony Kukoc hits a shot. They win the game.
Of course. You could have cost us that game, though.
Afterwards, they're in the locker room. They're celebrating. Very short celebration. And they get to, yo, Scott, what the fuck?
Hey, what's up with you, man? What the fuck? What you doing?
In the moment, you're human. You make that mistake, ego, et cetera, et cetera. I get that.
Right.
Scottie Pippen in the here and now had the opportunity to say, you know what? If I could do it again,
I would have done something different.
I would have fucking went in and ran the fucking play.
Right.
Because that's what I'm supposed to do for my fucking teammates.
Okay. I'm with you on that.
What he said was, I wouldn't change anything.
Damn.
So that's 30 years, right?
And you're
Give
still,
or take.
Yeah, okay, I get you.
30 years.
I'm getting your point.
You haven't learned from anything, right, Scott.
Okay. I get what you're saying. And I support it. I support your argument. I can't even defend Scottie. I just felt bad.
I will say this, as a Bulls fan, as a diehard Bulls fan, I love Scottie Pippen. I appreciate everything he has done for the organization from a basketball standpoint.
Definitely a cemented number 2 for sure.
So cemented number 2. We do not win those 6 championships without Scottie Pippen. I will absolutely come up here and say that.
That wasn't highlighted enough. That's my argument. That's my only argument.
And that was Scottie's argument too, is that it was a documentary about how great Michael Jordan is, which, don't get me wrong, is.
Facts.
He is that great.
But you're never that great without help.
True. In that sport, you're not great without help.
Of course.
I can understand where he's kind of, that the Last Dance was more so a ego trip for Michael.
Yeah.
Scottie, I got to tell you something. You might be the last person that didn't know that Michael Jordan had a huge ego trip, especially when it came to comparisons of him being the greatest of all time with particularly LeBron James.
Yeah.
We've all known that. We've all known that for a long time.
That argument is, I think it might die in 2021. It might.
It won't. Why? Why would it?
Because I'm tired of it.
There's nothing that's going to change it.
I get you.
You're either on one side or the other.
Right.
And either something strengthens one side or it strengthens the other, but the dialogue will never die.
I don't even think you can actually get a good comparison because of the times.
And that's the point. That's why it won't die.
All right.
Kobe and Mike played against each other. Kobe and LeBron played against each other. Mike and LeBron on a professional level have not played against each other, and they never will.
Okay. I get you. That makes sense. Okay. Hey, you really decent at that little sports shit, man. I don't give a fuck about none of this shit.
Used to have a sports podcast. back in the day. We're not going to talk about it. In fact, all the archives are gone. I deleted them. So
did you really?
I did.
All right.
This channel took that space.
That makes sense. Hey, you guys had a great opener. Theme music?
Smack talk.
Yeah. No, that's just hard.
Yeah.
That's just hard.
Shit, we play that next time.
Yeah. Now you into it.
I own that song.
Okay, fair enough. I'm with that. That's rough, man. I want to say I do feel bad. That stuff is tough, but I guess it doesn't look as good when you double down.
So this is where Scottie kind of gets in trouble and where people do not feel bad for him. Every mistake that's highlighted in The Last Dance, Scottie does nothing to make himself look better when talking about it.
Right. Do you think that stems solely because of his dislike for Mike? Do you think that fuels a lot of that energy?
It's a good question. I don't know.
Okay.
Solely because I don't think when he was answering those questions for the documentary, that disdain was there. There was definitely the jealousy, but I don't think the disdain was there.
I was about to say the jealousy.
Now the jealousy and the disdain is there.
Damn. That's rough, man.
There's videos of him wearing Jordans, pointing to the camera and saying, "Come here." Like Mike, come back. Scott knew. He knew. Like, look, I can carry this team only so long. Motherfucker, get your ass back here so we're going to get back to winning championships.
Okay,
they killing me over here.
Right, I got you. Damn, that's rough, bro. I don't think I want millionaire problems.
So he did an interview with Michael Strahan, and Michael Strahan said, "What do you want to be like? How do you want to be remembered?" And his response was, "I want to be remembered as the greatest basketball player of all time."
And do you think but yeah, I guess it's tough when you've cemented yourself as being the number 2. But like I said before, that credit, I saw more credit being given during when this documentary happened. Obviously, because we're reliving it and everybody gets a chance to talk about it, but I didn't think that was highlighted enough.
Sure.
In my personal opinion.
Sure. For
this documentary to be solely spotlight on Michael Jordan.
Right. I mean, but that was how it was going to go. And I think, bless you, we all knew, like, it wasn't called the Bulls documentary. What was it called?
The Last Dance.
No. How was it received in the streets? What were people calling it in the streets?
Michael Jordan doc.
It was the Jordan doc.
Yeah. You knew what the game was.
Before we saw an episode.
Yeah.
Yo, the Jordan doc.
Yeah, you're right. And I think that's, I was actually really surprised about how much detail they went into, just because before we even saw it, we're thinking it's the Michael Jordan doc. But you got to sell it, though.
I didn't know I was getting a Steve Kerr episode.
But you got to sell it, though. You got to sell it.
Yeah.
That's rough, man. Scottie just hasn't had the best of years. Like the last year.
I blame Future.
Shit. Future really is out here ruining a couple of lives out here.
A few.
That's rough, bro.
So if we break it down, and I know we're running on time here.
Okay.
If we break it down, I would say it like this: Scottie Pippen has had an unfortunate slew of issues in his life that have caused him to really look back at it and say, "Am I really being appreciated?" On all fronts.
Right.
We are watching a legend having a midlife crisis.
That's rough, bro. That's rough. Why isn't he allowed the same? I guess this ties into when you rise to a certain point, right? Everybody in that realm, everybody is a legend and a superstar if you've made it so far, right?
Sure.
But then there are people. Then there's the top of the mountain,
Top.
where only several people stand, and those mountains are all different sizes.
Agree.
It's rough being up there, bro. The air is different up there. You cannot breathe up there. Like it makes things difficult, bro. And it don't hit the same. You're not gonna necessarily get that credit because even after you might have reached the ceiling, but above that is the higher point.
Right.
It's unforgiving to be the best ever and to come up short. Second place is still second place.
It's not good enough.
And
Especially
that shit is heavy.
Yeah.
Like on the mind internally, like, damn, yeah, that's just rough, bro. I think the more we get into it, the more I'm gonna start to feel bad, and it seems like a sob story, and I don't want to keep doing that. Scottie Pippen is still a legend in my eyes. That documentary, that documentary absolutely helped me respect him even more so.
I don't think Scottie looked good coming out of that documentary, and I think 50% of that is his fault. The other 50% is them highlighting some of his worst moments of his NBA career, obviously.
Of course.
But the other half of it is how he handled them highlighting it in the moment.
It doesn't feel good. Like that shit don't feel good, bro. There's a slim. Don't
acknowledge the mistake.
You're right.
Your answer shouldn't be, "I wouldn't change a thing."
You're bugging.
That is,
I can't defend you on that one.
You have not really looked at the situation
can't defend you
and
on
figured that shit out.
Right.
So I guess from the standpoint of all of it is like we're watching a living legend go through a midlife crisis.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, it happens. People go through midlife crisis. That is a human issue that happens.
It should be handled. Aside from the fact that he didn't handle it the best, we should still give him the credit for being the legend that he is. Do you get where I'm coming from?
For sure.
Okay.
Absolutely, and I don't disagree with that.
All right.
But at the same point in time, it's like, look, Scottie, you got to be realistic about this whole thing. You
That's
really
true.
do.
That's
you
true.
have to be realistic about this whole thing. Yes, nobody thought this documentary was going to be about the Chicago Bulls.
Right.
I'm sorry. as much as
You're not
much,
wrong. You're
as
not
much
wrong.
as I would love to say, yeah, no, this was about the Bulls era.
Quick question.
Sure.
Do you think it could have been spun differently to actually highlight Scottie, though, in a better way?
You talking about how they brought it to him?
Yeah. Even check this out. If you take away his involvement and him not coming up, him not stepping up and making it look the best, do you think that the way it was portrayed in the doc, do you think it could have been done better to just highlight it? Maybe give him that little extra boost.
Just his contributions. I think that it was touched on enough to where you could say, we don't win without XYZ player.
Okay.
And I think there was a little bit of that. Like they really highlighted the John Paxson shot. They really highlighted the Steve Kerr shot.
Right.
Like they highlighted those moments to the point where it was like, yeah, no, we needed that shit.
Right.
We absolutely needed that shit. I wasn't gonna get it done in that point because they weren't gonna let me get it done. However you see that.
Right.
And I think they even talk about it. I watch a lot of ESPN docs.
Yo.
I can't remember if it was in The Last Dance or if it was in The Bad Boys, but they very much so say the Bad Boys Pistons, when we knocked Scottie Pippen down and he got right back up, we knew we were in trouble.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't remember which documentary it was,
right?
But they basically said Michael was Michael. Wasn't shit we could do about that.
Right.
But when Scottie got there,
yeah,
it was over.
Okay, I respect that. I respect that. All right. I was just curious on if maybe they could have added just a little bit more and gave him a little bit more. Even if he fell short, they could have possibly helped him out a little bit.
When a man is digging his own grave in front of you from a creative standpoint,
look, most men just let you do it.
And I'll talk about this from podcast standpoint.
Okay.
You have a guest right here.
Right. And they start going off.
They start going off. You're thinking to yourself, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing this.
Right.
We're not cutting shit.
That's the Kanye thing.
The Kanye thing.
Right.
It's like, oh my God, this is a PR nightmare. His publicist is not going to like this.
But we're not cutting
Don't
shit.
you fucking stop that camera.
That's fair. That's fair, man. This was great. This was great, man.
I loved it.
Not bad. Sure, we lost all of our females on that one.
We'll get you back on the next one, ladies.
Oh, for sure. For sure. You got anything else that you want to add or give to the situation, man?
I'm tapped out. Tap.
I'm with that, man. This has been another episode of the
Gentleman's Club
Podcast. We be back, though.